Hello, it's 4:05 in the evening, and I have a saying: if you're going to put the washing machine on, no, that's not the saying. The saying is, if you're going to put the washing machine on, then head out for a drive and do some dash camera work. Yeah, it's just finished, so I almost timed it perfectly. And I haven't had any breakfast yet because the cupboard was bare. All I had was really salted crisp. So I thought, now I'll go out and get some stuff. So I haven't eaten yet. So once I've taken my shoes off and unpacked the shopping, I shall make beans on toast. 4 p.m. So it's been pretty quiet of late, as you've noticed. There's a new version of Shotcut, the video editor, and I want to try something today. I've plugged in the old flash drive into the TV, and I recorded something off Freeview. So now I want to plug that into the laptop and see if I can edit it. So I'm looking forward to that. So what have I been doing? Just playing room escape games. I've started watching Only Fools and Horses again. So I've got series links on all the series, and I'm just a couple of days ago I had a whole backlog of them, so I was watching them one after the other. What happened was I had it on in the background, and I was transfixed. I was so amazed by the writer's ingenuity for plots and dialogue that I wanted to reacquaint myself with it. And also I noticed, well, first of all, Only Fools and Horses have about 7 or 8 series, including one-offs that are Christmas episodes towards the end. But I think for the first 6 episodes, or let's just say 6 episodes, there were half-an-hour episodes, and there were a series of 6, and they still are a series of 6 until the end, where you got these stragglers. Anyway, the last 2 proper series of 6 ran into 50 minutes long, and I used to watch them over and over. I used to tape them and watch them. And now they're on UK Gold. It's like a different edit, because I'm seeing scenes I've never seen before. I'm just amazed. I've seen this episode over and over again. I practically know the lines, and yeah, they're brand new scenes. So I thought, well, I'm gonna start watching it again to see what I've missed. So that's one of the reasons why. Another reason why I started watching it again. And also playing room escape games. I'm sort of on the struggle, on the hunt, on the lookout for real quality room escape games. I found a few fun ones, but they're not as satisfying as ones that are really not only photorealistic. They don't have to be photorealistic. They can be just like computer aided. They are computer aided designs, 3D mock-ups, but it's so well thought out, the puzzles, and oh yeah, like the elements, the neutral ones, the ones on the neutral website. So and there's one on the BBC called CDX, but it doesn't go beyond the intro. So that's a shame, because that one is really good. Really, it's based on reality. It's set in Tunisia. The guy is strapped to a wheelchair because he had a motorcycle accident. So all he's got is his computer, an internet, and a phone to contact people in the outside world. And there's it's about BBC history, making a show on the Romans, and I think there actually was a documentary with Sean Pertwee, and they based it on that, and they used one of these authentic daggers, and it turns out to be a real dagger, and got these secret society after it, willing to pay or kill for it. So it's really dramatic, and there's a motorcycle, like a 2D motorcycle puzzle around Rome, go to all these churches to find various clues. But yeah, it's really good. And then it goes into there's a third act to it where you have to avoid the alarm system. It's really good. I've played it 2 or 3 times before, but now I can't seem to access it. So I've spent hours trying to find, if somebody had downloaded it elsewhere, but it's completely gone. So that's unresolved, but that one's a really good room escape game. So that's it really. Yeah, room escape games and Only Fools and Horses. I started watching Bugsy, which I recorded months ago, but I just don't like it. There's Warren Beatty's in it, and I don't think he's got the acting chops. It doesn't sustain my interest, which is a pity. But I'll stick with it because I know there's some other great actors in it, like Harvey Keitel and Ben Kingsley. And these characters, of course, they're real people, and they're the same real people that we used in Boardwalk Empire. So I've got an interest there. I think Ben Kingsley plays Mayor Lansky. And at some point there's Lucky Luciano, I haven't seen him yet. And of course, Warren Beatty's Bugsy Siegel, or Ben Siegel. Joe Montana is George Raft in this film. And of course there was somebody who played George Raft and Paul Mooney in Boardwalk Empire. So I don't know if there's any references to Al Capone in this. I don't think there is. The film came out in '91, so I know as much as I know about it. Right, so that's it. And also, there's been another feng shui in the front room where everything's gone back to normal again, with the desk here and the chairs facing each other there, and one lonely chair there. I don't know, I couldn't find, it didn't seem normal. I think I said that before. Whenever I reset it completely, it's because I lose something with the change. Right, so I'm going to carry on taking off the sock, which is halfway, and then at some point make baked beans on toast. trying to watch Bugsy, and it's just hard, really hard. It's one of those films that you just can't wait for it to finish. Just come out and take out the empty cup. Yeah. As soon as it's finished, I'm gonna try and look at that footage on the flash drive. Yeah. I thought I remembered something afterwards. But whatever it was, I've forgotten about it again. Yes, so I'm drinking some water at the moment, but I can't wait to start on the grapefruit juice. Got such a dry, tasteless palate at the moment. Actually got some fruit today. A nice crunchy apple would have been nice, or a nice citric orange. Actually, I was when I was in the supermarket, I saw somebody with somebody with a melon or two, and I thought, oh, I should have got one, you know, it would have been nice. So what I'm doing, this time I have these ideas now, I'm going to make a note in Google Keep. I've just made a note about, oh yeah, the flash drive, we call it. I mustn't forget about that. I've also made a note that, well, the shopping bag I carry is really big, but I noticed it's starting to turn now, and I saw a bit of the can sticking out today, so I thought, oh, I need a replacement. And I thought, what was a good idea was these boot bags in the car, the ones that fit nicely in the boot and they don't rattle about, and you basically take it out the boot, put it into a trolley, and what we've now got that, I'm still using the, today I used the scan and go thingy, and I know I did it first time today, I did it without any problems, so just patience. You know, you have to wait for it. The machine, the technology may be state of the art, but it's not fast. So you have to wait, you know, wait and be patient. The first thing you do is you scan your cab card, and then you just wait. You don't scan it, you actually put it underneath the machine and the red lights hit it. Once it accepts it, you just wait, and then suddenly one of the devices flash. And that's it, just once it's flashing, you pull it out and it's all done, job done. And even at checking out, it was almost flawless. I was stumped, and then I could see just a little bit at the top, in small line, it says, with this barcode, it says scan your checkout to this, and then of course. But for the second time, it said an assistant wants to audit your purchase. And it's the second time in a row this has happened. And I'm thinking it's because I'm buying it bulk. So I don't go out. I haven't been out since, I can't remember the last time I've been out. Was it a Sunday? Today's a Wednesday. It may have been Saturday. It may have been Friday. I don't know, I've lost track. So it's nearly a whole week, about 5 days. So I don't go out. I usually go out every every 3 days usually, but now it's 5 days. So I'm buying more stuff in one go, and then that probably triggers off an audit. You're using these scan and go. But I'm glad I am using these devices because in the supermarket today, the queue went right to the end of the wall and right up to the corner at the top, and that was the queue. So I thought, thank goodness I'm using this, because I just walked into the little section, found the till, and that, not a till, but a checkout point, and that was it. So yeah, put this cup in the sink. Yes, I've just seen Bugsy. Yeah, sadly, I didn't enjoy it. Harvey Keitel was good, but he didn't have enough scenes. Ben Kingsley was equally good, and he had even lesser scenes. Yes, I'm glad I saw it because of the characters, their real life. After seeing their versions of their stories in Boardwalk Empire, I was ready to watch this. There was no Al Capone in this. George Raft, as I mentioned, that was probably the third. It's mainly Warren Beatty and Annette Bening as Virginia Hill, a real life person, and they were the main two, and all the others, Harvey Keitel, Ben Kingsley, and Joe Mantegna, who plays Raft, they were just typically supporting characters. But if it was all of these characters equally, like in Boardwalk Empire, I think it would have been a much better story, film, because the story is real, you can't knock that. But it would have been nice to have stories of the others as well, instead of them coming in and out. Anyway, the film's finished now, and there's a couple of YouTube videos I need to catch up on, and then I'm going to adjourn to the laptop and check out the USB flash drive. See if the recording can. I'm not sure if the files can be converted into. They're not. It's not an MP4 or WAV files. Yeah. When I looked at it before, so I think I was got a bit of Starsky and Hutch, and I'm looking at the files and I didn't recognise what file types they are. So, but this was ages ago. So maybe since then, maybe somebody's figured out some sort of software to convert. There's a thing called Handbrake, which can stabilize and scale down videos, but I don't know if it can convert. Anyway, that's for later. So for now, I'm going to catch up on at least 2 videos that I haven't seen for a couple of days. Right, here goes. Right, I can tell you this much, that it hasn't worked. There are 6 files pertaining to the recent recording, and they are, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 file types. The other 2 doesn't have a file type, it seems. I tell a lie. Right, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 file types. 6 files, 6 file types. There's an SS file, there's a CIP file, there's a setup information file, there's an MDB file. When I first saw that, I thought of databases for some reason. MDB. There's an MTA file and an SRF file. I'm thinking SRF is a flash file. Macromedia. So none of them loaded into the editor shortcut, and there's a set. Oh no, the set. They don't have an icon except for the SRF, which I double clicked, and it says I need to download the codec. So that's promising. That's a route I could follow in due course. And the other one with an icon is the setup information. Now if I double click that, I don't know what will happen. Right. Oh, it's the text. It's the text to do with the program. I recorded it off the Talking Pictures TV. It's a program called Glimpses, and there is a description. It's almost as if they've taken this from the TV guide. Free view. Right, so now I'm going to Google SS, CIP, MDB and MTA and see what happens. Hi guys, this is going back to 2012. Hi guys, has anyone found out how to convert SRF files created by Samsung Smart TV? I'm able to copy films recorded by my TV onto a USB stick to my PC using UFS Explorer. The files have SRF extension, however, I'm unable to convert them to a readable video format. It says search for Samsung PVR content decrypting tool in Google. Right. You don't need to root the TV any longer just to access your own recordings. That's what I was looking for. I thought it was called Handbrake, but this might be the one I need. Can't see a blooming thing. Oh dear. I thought I found a program, but it's open source. I'm not sure if, but there's no executable file, so I can't run it on, which means it might be for another platform, but it does mention Windows. So I had a problem running it, and then I downloaded all sorts of other software, but they were freemiums. Yeah. That means you get limited facilities. There's restrictions. So if you've got a 5-minute file, you're okay, but if it's over, then you have to get the premium version. But it still didn't work. So anyway, I've just downloaded another one, but I can't, it's compressed, but it's not a zip file, it's a, what is it? A 7Z file, which means I have to download a 7Z compressor app or software. It's called apps these days, even on the laptops. So I thought if I changed the Z, what was it? 7Z, if I change that to zip, it asks me if do I want to change the file type. Yes. Let's see if it still works. Windows cannot open the folder. The compressed zipped folder is invalid. So I have to download the 7Z app. Open with, look for app in the Microsoft Store. Don't want to click it again. Always use this app for won't even look in the oh, it's looking in the Windows Store. Yep, here we go. There's so many though, which one? It's downloading. Blue bar is nearly at the end. Yes. Just need to launch it now. Here we go. I don't need to launch it, no. I'll just go to the... Ah, here we go. The icon has changed. Just get rid of the... I took a copy of it, you see, and then I tried to rename it to a zip file and it failed, so I've got the original here now. Right, here we go. Right. It doesn't have an extract all, so select all and anyway, I'll let you know how I get on later. Wow, looks promising. Right, the moment of truth. The file has been I think I know why I have to go through this trouble. I think um, it's encrypted because programs on TV should only be shown on the device the Freeview is running on. So to save it onto a movable storage means it could infringe, could be sort of prone to piracy, sort of things like that. So that's why it's encrypted, and that's why you've got a bit of a headache. You know, it's not a case of exporting it to an MP4 file and then just, you know, save it to the flash drives on the telly. Is it's saved to it as an MP4 file, and then just in case of plugging the flash drive into the laptop and playing the MP4 file, which cuts out all the headache, but it can't do that. It needs to encrypt it so that when you encrypt it, I think certain programs have a DAF, digital decryption authority file or whatever. It's like software. When you copy software across, you need the registration number, and I think some programs have it and some don't. And therefore, anyway, the moment of truth. See if it plays. Right, this is the file here. Right, more later. I'm going to have to close the program. It's not working. It's funny because it's an MDB file, which is probably encrypted. It decrypts it. Decrypt. I don't know if it's decrypted first and then I encrypt it, or it's encrypted first and I've just decrypted. I don't even know the jargon. Anyway, I've run the piece of software that has unlocked it, if you like. I don't want that to go there. And it's sitting on the laptop, on the desktop. It's got an icon with a play button, but when I play it, it doesn't work, as you saw. It's not an MP4 file or an MOV file. It's a TS file, or .ts, but it can't be played. And I can't load it into Shortcut. It fails. So I'm taking a step back and I'm thinking, why am I doing all this? This is too much trouble. Obviously files have to be encrypted because you're moving stuff off the telly. It's not like you're saving it to a videotape where they have no control. Now they've got control because it's digital. They've encrypted it. Right, and so I don't know. When I come to decrypt it, it's looking for one file out of 6. MDB, and then it decrypts it. What is the jargon? What is the option? Maybe there's a readme somewhere. No, I am digressing. I should be. I think it's decrypted. Decrypts. Yeah. So you open the MDB file and then you decrypt it, which is basically decrypts the movie. It says decrypted streams to the Apple. Only movies with a valid key can be decrypted. So it's decrypting it. Oh well, what am I bothering? I just thought that you could record something onto a USB drive, plug it into the laptop, watch the video in its clarity, whatever, and I always wanted to do that, but now it can't be done. So I'm going to uninstall this software, this decrypting software. It's called Destroy, DESTROI. It's obviously STR means something in the technical world. And I'm going to uninstall the compressor, the 7-zip file manager. In fact, I don't have to uninstall the decryptor because it's just downloaded as a app. It wasn't a setup app. So yeah, just gonna undo everything. So the last few hours has been a complete waste of time, but at least I've tried it. I know it doesn't work, and now I can sort of think, well, been there, done that, tried it, doesn't work. Yeah, clever protection. And it's 10:30 in the evening, so I'm feeling a bit cream crackered, so I'm going to chill out on the sofa. No, it didn't work. I even downloaded a different media player that loads in a TS file. I wasn't sure Windows Player did. I don't think it did, because when you open a file, it looks for certain types and it didn't find TS even though it was there. So yeah, I downloaded a VLC, it was called a VLC media player that opens up TS files, and I just spent like half an hour thinking, is it opening the TS file or has it opened it? Because one of the good features about the VLC program is it can export to an MP4, which I did, but it stayed at one kilobyte, which is wrong. It should be around half a gig. And it just, there was no message to say it didn't open. It didn't tell me what it was doing, so I don't know if it was working in the background. So I've abandoned it now, and I'm calling it a day. And I plug this back in the TV.